Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, the 29th day of July. And if you like this July summer hot weather with sunshine above, get out and enjoy it. You've got a couple of hours or less left because, as we've been talking about for days now, the cold front's even closer now than it was last time I saw you. And when it gets here, it's just going to park itself over the region, and we're going to see days of showers and clouds and possibly some heavy rain at times. And then thereafter, the low 80s at best for as long as the forecast runs, I believe, and then thereafter. So today's kind of the last of this weather for a while, but the forecast has changed, and I'll have that for you in just a few minutes. It is Wednesday. That means it's press day for the Sagersville Independent. Among other things that you're going to find in tomorrow's paper, in-depth reports and data on current COVID situations and surrounding counties as we've been following each and every week. The census, we're still pushing everyone to please, if you haven't already, go online, fill out the census. We'll see where Montgomery County stands as of right now and kind of take a look at what parts of the county are doing better than others in response rates. And a local man, a Sagersville City Councilman who was featured on the program here and in the paper just a couple of weeks ago, is back at it again. Paul Gumby Montgomery has a way with some fundraising efforts, and we'll tell you what his latest are. Also, we've got some FSA helping local farmers information. Also, some CAP scholarships. We're taking you back to 1970 in our Throwback Thursday, our historical page brought to you by Grover Arnott, attorney at law there. In 1970, we've got a couple of Whitakers in the same graduating class, I believe. We've got a new business being built and some other interesting things from well, it doesn't feel like so long ago, but I guess indeed it was. And in sporting news, you'll find the Montgomery County High School fall schedule, sports schedules, the Hornets rankings in Class 3A football, the 9-week shortened football schedule, a lot of other sporting news, not a lot happening in sports, but we're working hard to make sure that you've got something to see and read each and every week. And we hope you pick up a paper tomorrow. It'll be on newsstands bright and early, and of course in free, still full high-resolution digital format on the internet. And after, I want to say this, after weeks, I guess I think it was close to 3 weeks, you can tell my frustration, SagersvilleIndependent.com, yournewstoday.com, same website, back up to date, and I hope it stays that way, or yours truly is going to blow an even bigger fuse than he has over the past couple of weeks. But the company has worked the bugs out. We had some issues that we had to kind of help with on our end, and right now it's up and running. I apologize for the inconvenience. You can find Your News Today, the show, the last 6 shows on the website in addition to the Sagersville Independent content. And you can always, of course, find Your News Today in addition to Howard's Cable and Foothills Communications on my web channel, or YouTube channel rather, at Rick Mortimer and Your News Today. With that said, a couple of updates for you that I have tonight. Both serious reports, both happening in June, near the same time, within a week or so of each other. As for the death investigation, as it was still last referred by the Kentucky State Police, but of course 78-year-old Jerry Arnott was found shot to death by what we believe was multiple gunshot wounds in a Porter residence driveway on June the 19th. We have made several calls, our editor has, to the Kentucky State Police and Post 9 over the past couple of weeks. Several weeks ago, about 3 or so, they said that they had enough information to possibly be making an arrest sometime in the near future. We've had no contact or no new information since then, so I have nothing new to report on that. It's not for a lack of trying. I did speak with the Johnson County Sheriff's Department very early this morning at around 7 o'clock. They were getting ready to go out on a search that they had organized with multiple K-9 teams and a lot of other man and woman power, and conduct another intensive and extensive search in the White House area of Johnson County. That's where a human skull was found back on the 11th of June. They have searched that area on numerous occasions. They're broadening that search, and I spoke with Doug Saylor, Sheriff of Johnson County, last when he told me that they were still awaiting some forensic test or results from that skull, which they thought would help make a formal identification, but they have not received that as of yet. But they were making another big search today. Last report, they were still out in the field, and I haven't got any more information, but hope to have an update on that for you when I see you back here next time or soon thereafter. A quick pause, and we'll get back to COVID updates locally and statewide right after this. The seasonal shop is open, and they're still doing curbside pickup, so you can call and place orders and they'll still bring them out to you. And inside, you'll find all new merchandise throughout the entire store, all new spring and summer women's clothing from Charlie Page and Mud Pie, accessories, jewelry, shoes, and bags too, casual outfits for everyday or special occasion outfits and dresses. And if you've been home a lot and really want to freshen up your decor, they have so much to choose from, and they're happy to give you any fresh ideas that you might need. And just in, a large selection of Simply Southern and Candleberry at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville.
We let out a Kingsport in the middle of the night. We was playing country music, treating people right. When the amplifiers are cooled down, the guitars put away. I put that Vic in the hammer lane, and this is what I'll say. Well, that road is long, and my eyes are wide. Playing country music, treating people right.
Tire in Staffordsville is now a proud partner of Rough Country for all of your suspension and lift kit applications. And you can always go to conleytire.net to get the latest offers. Like right now, $100 when you buy a set of Mickey Thompsons, $100 on a set of Continentals, and many, many more summer deals, including $35 computer diagnostics. That's Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Oh, it's what a lot of you have been waiting for. They're back, but only for a limited time. Loaded potato wedges at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. That's right, our famous hand-cut homemade potato wedges smothered in cheddar cheese, real crispy bacon, topped with either sour cream or ranch, your choice. And they're still only $2.49 with tax. Get them while you can at your Sayersville Lee's. The McGoffin County Board of Education met last evening at the Harold Whitaker Middle School. It's not the greatest place audio-wise due to the air and some fans that were being used, so I'll show you some short video clips and provide you with the details and information that we have. The only good news that they can have that's come out of the pandemic for the school system is that it's actually saved them a little bit of money, about $15,000 a month, as was noted by their finance officer, Kevin Owens, last night in regards to utilities being down, garbage collection, which you wouldn't think would add up, but it does when you're talking about garbage collection of that scale. But in lieu of all of that, that has helped their bottom line just a bit, and they need, as do all school systems, all the help they can get. Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton and the board agreed that they are still proceeding as planned for right now for the next 2 weeks, while during that time they are awaiting more determination from Governor Beshear and the Kentucky Department of Education about any final decisions in regards to schools opening for McGoffin County, set for September the 8th. As you heard me tell you here on the program a few nights ago, if you were with us, the governor already urging schools to hold off any opening until at least the last week of August.
But as of right now, we're waiting to see, and one of the things that they're watching out for is the last couple of weeks, if you've been watching the count and the spike that's been going on, they're wanting to see if that recedes some. If it doesn't kind of go back down, then they're going to have to make some recommendations. We're following the CDC guidelines within our plan. We're trying to make sure that we do whatever it is that requires to keep the children safe, but we also know we've got to educate them some. And it's a fine balance, and I don't think anyone has a blueprint that works perfect. I don't think there's one solution for everyone, but it's something as parents, we've got to know, do what we think is right for our children, but we also, as board members, superintendents of school districts, we've got to make a decision as far as education. hopefully we can come to a balance on what's right. And it may not be our choice in the end. We may be told what to do from the state level, but as of right now, they're not telling us, giving us that direction. Some of the districts around us went ahead and made the decision to go virtual to like Christmas, but right now I'm asking our board just kind of wait because we've still got a month and a half to go before we're scheduled to start.
Helton added that McGoffin County school system is ready to go right now, whether it's virtual or virtually and in person, a combination of the two. They're just going to continue to go through the planning stage and be ready for whatever happens in the next couple of weeks and develops. They also say that they are right now close to a 1-to-1 ratio on Chromebooks, having almost a Chromebook for every student in the school system, and they're getting very close to that, and that's a big deal in regards to, of course, any virtual learning that they may need to do. And from there, it's tonight's community calendar. I've got birthdays, I got a birthday, I got an anniversary, and some other news and announcements, all brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Yeah, happy anniversary wishes go out tonight. Specifically, a happy 39th anniversary wish going out from a whole lot of family who called in and said, please wish Henry and Susie Howard the happiest of 39th wedding anniversaries. So here goes. Happy anniversary, Henry and Susie Howard. Happy birthday to you. And I had a couple of calls for a birthday wish for Tawny Lynn Rao. Happy birthday, Tanya. From Mom, a whole lot of family, and a lot of friends, too, wanted to chime in and say happy birthday to you today. Happy birthday, Tanya Lynn Rao. From there, just a quick reminder for the rest of the calendar when you've got birthdays or anniversaries or, announcements for your church, group, club, organization, nonprofit, what have you. This is how you get them on the show. You just have to tell me, so I'll tell everyone else, and it's just that simple. Obituaries brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home include, sadly, several listings tonight. We'll begin with those for Charles Puckett of Sagersville, who passed away this week. Charles is survived by his wife, Joan Viola White Puckett, son Charles Puckett, and daughters Edith Likens, Connie Puckett, Melissa Arnott, brothers George, Lester, Earl, Jim, Philip, and John Puckett, and sisters Dorothy Conley, Shirley Brown, Frances Puckett, Kathy Lane, 9 grandkids and 17 great-grandkids, and 1 great-great-grandchild and 1 on the way. Once again, services to be held in his honor this Friday afternoon at 1 at the New Bethel Assembly of God Church on Burning Fork. The family will welcome friends tomorrow afternoon, then up in time before the services start, while the Sagersville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. 77-year-old Troy Gullett of Pilgrim passed away yesterday at the Pikeville Medical Center. He was born here in McGoffin County to the late Oscar Gullett and Florence Lemaster Gullett. In addition to his parents, he's preceded in death by 4 brothers, Bruce and D.B. and Joe Lee and Roy Gullett, and 2 sisters, Mary Minix and Gladys Gullett. He's survived by his wife, Kathy Moore Gullett, sons Troy Gullett Jr., Cody Gullett, and Tyler Gullett, and 2 daughters, Norma Robinson and Charlene Gerald. He's as well survived by 3 sisters. One is Ada Vance of Dayton, Ohio, also Martha Williams of Ohio, and here locally in Sagersville, Mandy Prater of Dixie. He's as well survived by 15 grandkids, 11 great-grandchildren, and funeral services in his honor are going to be held this Friday at the Crum Funeral Home in Inez. The family will welcome friends Thursday evening from 6 to 9. Mercedes Lane Whitaker Stevens, 24 of Sagersville, passed away this week, the wife of Charles Stevens. She was the daughter of Shane and Tracy Helton Whitaker. She's also survived by maternal grandparents Shirley Mamaw Helton, Edgar Pappy, and Granny Helton, paternal grandparents Darrell Paul Whitaker, Kathy Nana Whitaker, and Aunt Jill Whitaker, Uncle Sean Helton, and 3 cousins. Funeral services will be held in her honor this Friday morning at 11 from the First Community Baptist Church. Burial will follow at the Helton Family Cemetery on Lick Creek. You can call on the church after 6 o'clock Thursday and prior to Friday's services for visitation. And 74-year-old Jim Fletcher of Sagersville passed away on Monday, born to the late Hayes and Mousie Arnett Fletcher. He survived by his wife, Dottie Conley Fletcher, son Jimmy, daughter Melissa Daniels, and sister Willie Cole, as well as 3 grandkids and 4 great-grandchildren. In addition to his parents, he was also preceded in death by 1 brother, Shafter. A private graveside service for immediate family is going to be held this Friday at 1 at the Elsie Conley Cemetery here in Sagersville. First, it was pennies, and now it's everything. Because of the pandemic, most banks haven't been able to order their weekly amount of coins for weeks. And without all of the fundraisers and activities going on, a lot of that change that would normally be in circulation isn't. So the Sayersville National Bank says now is a great time to help out and cash in. Bring your coins to either drive-through, or if you've got a lot, call ahead to give them to someone at the door and help your local businesses. And remember, you can pay all of your bills and practically do all of your banking on their mobile and online services, and all inside and lobby services are still available by appointment at Sayersville National Bank. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. Summer heat and no AC make for a miserable drive. But don't sweat it. Call Black Smoke Performance in Sayersville for inspection, diagnostics, and repair by qualified technicians with the latest technology and equipment. Don't suffer in the summer heat. Get your air conditioning fixed today at Black Smoke Performance. All right, your COVID update is as follows. Locally here in Magoffin County, no new numbers to add today in regards to positive cases. I told you of the one positive case yesterday, which brought Magoffin County to 17 as of today, per Pete Shepard, our public health director. 1,187 tested, still those negative, 17 cases positive, as you heard yesterday. We have 16 tests pending, 9 are in isolation of those positive cases, and 7 have recovered in Magoffin County. While across the United States, we have now officially passed the 150,000 mark in regards to fatalities. Across the United States, that of course comes after we have well surpassed the 4 million mark of infections almost a week ago. You know, the first death associated with COVID-19 was just February the 6th, and we're now at 150,000 just about 6 months later. And right now, with 1,019 deaths on average every day here in the United States, we'll more than likely hit 200,000 in less than 60 days from now. Experts still say the increase in cases and deaths largely because of states easing restrictions and reopening their economies too soon, and then people not following the guidelines that have been set. Meanwhile, as Florida and many other states in the South are still reporting record numbers of coronavirus cases daily, Dr. Anthony Fauci this week has now looked towards the Midwest and is specifically referring to Indiana and Tennessee and Ohio and Kentucky as the ones who are right on that verge, indicating early that the numbers are going up and we could become one of those before-mentioned states that we have talked about for days, Texas, Florida, and the like. Governor Beshear today says that we could be just weeks away from outbreaks beginning in that nature and scale here in Kentucky. The federal government says that Kentucky is among those states, as I just said, and today the governor announced 619 new COVID-19 cases. A number that he says is still close to keeping us in a current plateau, much higher than the original plateau, after the mask mandate that was implemented, but we're still a few weeks away, or at least several days, from knowing if indeed that is the case.
What you also see is states that may have similar populations to ours seeing a very significant increase where they could possibly be just weeks ahead of us if we don't take action. One I wanted to point out is Oklahoma. You could see it wasn't that many weeks ago where they started having maybe a few more cases than we did. But once this thing really starts spreading, look at that last line up with Oklahoma and how quickly that looks to be escalating. And then look at Kentucky. This is an example of the hard work of the people of this state, but that line is going up. What you see are the times where we were doing a really good job and then when the virus started getting away from us. Our job right now, is to make sure that we don't have that increase you see in that graph in Oklahoma, and certainly make sure we don't go that same way as Florida. Right now, the story in Kentucky is so good that there is only one state, this is just of the southern states, there's only one state below us at the end of the graph that didn't have a significant spike early on. It shows that we have done one of the best jobs, but right now, from Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx, from our Department for Public Health here, right now is the moment where we either stop this increase like you see in Oklahoma or in Florida, or we ultimately suffer the same fate. And we'll talk about our numbers today. They're a little bit more than yesterday. But right now it looks like we are on track to be relatively stable as compared to last week's numbers, and that's a good thing. If we look 3 weeks ago, the week of July 6th to July 12th, 2,482 cases. But then we look to the week of July 13th, 3,772 cases. That is a really big increase. Last week, 3,918 cases more, but nothing like that week over week increase we saw before it. Right now, even with today's number, we are on track to be right around what we have seen the last 2 weeks. And I at least believe at this point that is showing that our willingness to wear a facial covering is stabilizing our numbers or reducing the growth that we would be seeing right now, because every other state is seeing that increase. And while we are at higher numbers than we want to be, it looks at this point midweek like we may be able to level out these last 3 weeks, and we know we're going to plateau again before we decrease. So if this is where we are, and again it's hard because you really got to look at the data a week later, it's because of the hard work and the willingness of people to wear facial coverings. And it tells us that we really do have an opportunity not to go through what other states are seeing. And that's why we're acting. That's why we are acting decisively. We've taken the 4 steps that we knew we had to take.
Of those 619 cases announced today, 17 were children under the age of 5. One was a 4-month-old child out of Perry County. The governor also announced 5 deaths, including a 58-year-old out of neighboring Knott County. And the governor again made a plea for everyone to please not to travel to any other states with over a 15% positivity rating, which of course includes most all of the popular vacation states this summer. The CDC also today saying that 9 of the nation's 10 top growing hotspots are in Florida and Texas, and that they have identified counties that are of a growing concern because cases are high, still continuing to escalate. 5 of the 10 counties in the list are in Florida, 4 in Texas, 1 is said to be in the state of Louisiana. Meanwhile, right now, the coronavirus is set to be the 3rd leading cause of death this year, behind only heart disease and cancer. It's already killed more people, more soldiers that died more Union soldiers who died in the Civil War, and that number continues to grow. We have numbers going down weather-wise, temperatures that is. We're going to see some showers, though, and possibly heavy at times, and those cooler temperatures, all as a result of a big cold front that's coming this way, getting closer by the hour, and once it gets here, it's going to stay around for a while. Yeah, still bright, sunny, and warm out there tonight, and we're still going to see about 70 degrees for the rest of the evening, ultimately, and we'll see mostly cloudy skies and really a 10% chance of some showers and storms. Nothing around the area right now, nothing really to worry about, and nothing like that. Well, nothing like earlier today. Not like tonight, but nothing like earlier today in your forecast. Check it out. We'll go from the upper 80s to barely hitting 80 tomorrow on your Thursday. Shower and storm chances will increase. This cold front's going to be around here for days, and tomorrow it puts us right around 80 for your high, 69 for your low, mostly cloudy, and a 70% chance of showers and storms on average for everyone, maybe up to a half of an inch of rain tomorrow night, maybe another 3/4 of an inch of rain, rather a half an inch of rain tomorrow, maybe up to another 3/4 of an inch tomorrow night, maybe another 3/4 of an inch of rain Friday as well. That's putting us up around 2 inches of total rainfall. Some models trying to show more than that for some of us, but that's probably going to be the max that we'll see. And hopefully it's not going to be all at one time, but sparsely falling enough to where it's not going to cause any serious flooding issues. So 80 tomorrow, cloudy, showers. Friday, 82, cloudy, showers. Pretty much sums it up. For your weekend, we're still going to be soggy on your Saturday, I do think, with, again, clouds, showers, 81 degrees, maybe some storms, possibly even likely by Saturday evening. And then Sunday will start to dry up and clear up just a bit. We'll see some sunshine return with a few partly sunny skies. And we'll see right around 82 as my graphics catch up with me there in just about 3 or 4 seconds. But 82, partly sunny on your Sunday. That's going to be the first day we see any sun at all, I think, after today. And we do so with still holding on to the low 80s. Look at that. 82 pretty much across the board. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Partly to mostly sunny skies. Shower chances are just going to linger and hang around. Kind of a nuisance. 30 to 40, 60% on Monday, but for the most part, 30 to 40%. So the next 3 days, definitely going to be the wettest of the bunch, and maybe could put down a couple of inches of total rainfall, maybe more for some of us, and then hopefully we'll start a slow dry out and a cooler one after that. That's going to wrap it up for this Wednesday. Remember, the Sagersville Independent out tomorrow. Get yours as soon as you can, and then make sure you see me back here tomorrow night for more news. Thanks for watching.